All right, hello and welcome. My name is Yasir Khan, and in this video, I will show you how we can help you grow your dental practice by at least two times, and in some cases by around 4 or 5 times your current revenue. So let's get started now. Before we get into the nitty gritty, the actual material, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself so you can understand where I'm coming from and why should you be listening to me in the first place, right? So once again, my name is Yasir Khan. I started in the online marketing industry 10 years ago. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I'm an investor as well. I founded Quantum SEO, Promote Law, Promote Dental, and Wealth Kept. And if you're watching this video is a part of Promote Dental, right? Over the last 10 years, my companies have generated a little over $2.5 million in revenue. Started my first business back at the age of 23, and I've spent quite a decent chunk of cash on my own education and research, right? Because without trying out different things, without learning about this different things, I just wouldn't be where I am right now. Over the last 10 years, I've generated over 12,000 leads for different businesses, e-commerce stores, law firms, dentists, different kinds of niches, right? And I've probably generated way over 450,000 visitors for different businesses. I've also been featured on Entrepreneur, on Business Insider, PayScale, Glassdoor, and many other authoritative and mainstream websites. I've probably read over 250 books on entrepreneurship, personal development, personal finance. I have many different interests, and I just really love reading. And recently, I've also been involved in writing the dental marketing blueprint, as you can see on the right. This is my book, and this is what it looks like. And for people who sign up with us, for dentists who sign up with us to get more information, I personally mail out a physical package which includes the book and many other things. So if you have opted in for the physical package, you'll be receiving it within a couple of days. Okay, please do go through it when you get a chance. I'm pretty sure you'll be delighted with the information that I mentioned in there. So once again, I specialize in online marketing and conversions, and when I say conversions, it means getting people to do something that you would like them to do, which benefits your business, which in this case would be your dental practice. So, for example, getting a person to come in and pay for the treatment is a conversion, right? Apart from that, I simply love mapping out systems and strategies for dental practices so they can increase profits. Now, if you've been trying to find a marketing company to help grow your dental practice, you probably have a good idea of what I'm talking about. Most people out there will either they'll sell you leads or they'll just do your website or manage your like AdWords campaigns or manage your postcard campaigns. What we do is something more, right? We build an entire marketing system around your business. Okay, it includes systems, it includes processes, it includes content. We do everything. Okay, and it goes without saying that I'm not just discussing theory, right? I do this every day, so whatever I'm going to mention in this presentation, I've done it myself. Okay, so the question is, would you like me to send you 3 to 5 or even 10 new dental patients every single week? And not only that, I would also set up the systems for you so that you are able to close those patients, which means that you're able to bring them in and get them to pay you, right? It sounds pretty enticing, right? And the idea here is that when we get you patients, you are able to double your revenue in the next 12 to 18 months without doing any more work. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but that really is what the truth is, and I'll go more into that later on in the presentation. So, and what if I told you that I am completely confident in what I do for dental practice owners, and I would go so far as to guarantee those results for you, or I will personally donate $500 to a charity of your choosing. I'm pretty confident about what I do. Um, and there just is a lot of value in what we're doing for business owners, right? Okay, now I have to I have to brag about this system a little bit, because the vast majority of dentists and dental practices, they just aren't using anything even remotely close to what we do for dentists. Okay, um, now when I say I need to brag, there's a reason for me doing so. Okay, bragging in this case is pretty necessary in order to prove how filling out the application right next to the video, either below or above the video, and getting on a video call with us about your practice will probably be one of the smartest things you ever do related to the revenue and how successful your dental practice is, right? So before we go forward, I'd like to ask you a quick question. Why are you in business, right? Why do you own and run your own dental practice? Now, there's a good chance that you're a dentist because you wanted to help people get better, right? And you wanted freedom and a stress-free life. You wanted to have your own hours, right? But if you're like anything I used to be, or if you're like most of the dentists I speak with, well, then it might be a different story. You probably have hit a wall, right? And now you're stuck. You're not getting as many patients as you'd like every single month. Your business growth has stalled. Maybe you even tried hiring a marketing company and all they're doing is sending you leads, right? And the problem here is that those leads are not converting into patients. So they could send you 1,000 leads, but if they're not converting into patients, then you are losing money. And for some reason, if this keeps going on, it just turns into this vicious cycle where nothing works as well as you'd like it to. And it's frustrating, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and you're probably overworked. You are putting in long hours every single day trying to get it all to work, and for some reason it just isn't. And I get it. I get it because I've been there multiple times. And I know how difficult and challenging it is to start a new business, or even if you have a business, you've been running your dental practice for the last 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years, even then it's a challenge to keep it going at that pace, or even to increase your revenue, right? So once again, it all comes back to what you want. Now, you went to school and studied hard for 8 to 10 years, probably a little more, and learned how to become a dentist, right? So in dental school, you learned a lot about dentistry, which means that you are really good at your craft. However, you probably didn't learn a lot about how to market, grow, and systematize a multi-million-dollar practice, right? So how do you know what happens when you're working like this and putting in long hours and wearing 100 different hats? Well, of course, your personal and family life suffers, right? You rarely see your kids, your wife or your partner doesn't talk to you, things start getting complicated. I know this because I've talked to enough dentists to know what really concerns them. And eventually, something's got to give, because everything catches up to you. You realize you're off track. Your business and your life, they're just not where you want them to be. And I get it, it's hard because you don't know how to get out of that rat race, and you're kind of sort of backed into this corner. But here's the thing, there are dentists out there adding new patients every single month. They're making great money and their practice is growing rapidly. Some of them are even hiring associates and support staff to help do procedures. They're working less and less and making more and more than they ever have before. And this is happening year after year. Okay, there's a consistent trend here. And most importantly, they're getting something money simply cannot buy, which is more time to focus on the priceless things in life, right? Themselves, their family, and their hobbies. So the question here is, what exactly is their secret, right? They must know something that most others don't. The answer to that question is they are simply using a comprehensive dental practice growth system, right? Now, what I'm about to share with you is the number one practice growth system used by only some of the top dental practices right now. This system has taken years and a lot of trial and error to develop. It allows dentists to have so much more control than they've ever had over their business, and it gives them time to actually focus on procedures and scaling their practice without wasting time and stressing over where their next patient will come from, right? So let's get right into it. Now, there are three phases to implementing this system. Phase one is where we is what I call the plugging the leaky bucket. Okay, so just like you do with your patients, before we prescribe your business or your practice any solutions, we look inside your practice to find any leaks to plug. And believe me, if my if my experience is any guide, your dental practice will probably have a lot of money leaks. You just simply don't know about it yet, right? So we look for money leaks, and the result of this step alone is pretty amazing. You get an instant windfall of cash into your practice because you are not losing money anymore, and that by itself should give you sometimes over 5 to 10 times your return on investment. Okay, so this part is very important. In phase one, we look at where you are losing money, okay, and then we tell you what needs to change in order for you to stop losing money, and then we make the changes ourselves. Okay, as an example, this is WRDC Augusta. It's a dental office in Augusta. Before they started working with us, they were using the wrong marketing strategies. Okay, I mean, they were just sending out some postcards every single month. They're paying an SEO guy to get their website ranked high in Google. Basically, they were spending, I think it was around $1,500 or $2,000 every single month, but they weren't getting any new patients, and in fact, they were losing money to losing patients to other dental practices in the area, right? And this is, once again, it comes down to getting leads, but not a lot of patients, okay? And there's a good chance you might be able to relate to that. And this is where a lot of practices end up struggling. They get leads or traffic, but converting that traffic into new patients is a completely different story, okay? But after, in a couple of months after we started working with WRDC, they started getting 15 to 23 new patients every single month. And we also helped them improve their processes a little bit. So there was a windfall of revenue over there as well. Okay, so let's move on to phase two. This is where we implement the 2 to 5x growth blueprint, okay? And I'm about to show you how it works here in a second, but let's get an overview of what this looks like. So after we take a look inside your business in phase one, during this phase, we're going to be creating and distributing authority building content and expanding your presence. In this phase, we're going to be focusing strictly on your ideal patients. This helps build the know, like, and trust factor, so converting any leads you get into patients becomes much easier. If you remember, I mentioned that one of the most challenging things for businesses is to convert leads into customers. Okay, you can pay tens of thousands of dollars to get hundreds of leads, but if they're not converting, you're losing a lot of money. So that's why we create the content. We market you as an expert, as an authority in your space, so people, the chances that people actually come in for the treatment and pay you, they pretty much skyrocket. Okay, so imagine speaking with leads on the phone who actually want to speak with you because they trust you and they view you as the expert you truly are. This makes things a whole lot easier for you and your staff, and it actually feels amazing because you're serving people at an even higher level by helping them with your online content. Okay, now after that, we create high converting landing pages, websites, funnels, all that stuff that look great and build on that credibility. Remember, people have to view you as an authority for them to actually come in and pay you for the treatment. And this is especially the case if you are doing something really specialized like Invisalign, right? If you're an orthodontist, or if you're doing a very specialized procedure. Um, and yeah, and during this segment, we're really going to be focusing on building your brand. Most dental practices, they do not really have a brand, okay? And this is exactly the reason why uh, people just search for a dentist and then they decide to go to the nearest one, because every single dental practice looks exactly the same to prospects. So we're going to change that for you, okay? We are going to build your brand. Your online presence needs to look professional and well put together, and we'll do that for you. So what you'll end up with is better, more streamlined systems and increased profits, right? You'll be able to actually step back, focus on doing procedures, okay? Instead of running the day-to-day business and marketing aspects of your practice, you'll finally feel like a true business owner because of all these, because all these systems, they run themselves. Okay, so as an example, this is Dr. Zora. She owns WRDC that I just mentioned. And once again, before we started working with her, they just weren't using the right marketing strategies, and they were losing patients to competing practices. She was really concerned about that, because she told me, I think it was 5 or 6 months ago, that there were 2 other dental offices that opened within a 5-mile radius of her office, and she could actually feel that the patients were either moving away or they just weren't coming in. So after 4 months, a steady supply of new patients is coming in, because her online presence is improved. We're running ads for her. We're doing a whole lot of stuff for her, and this is what her results look like. Now, please note that this is not the entire campaign. It's just a very limited snapshot, a screenshot of what we have done for her for one campaign, right? Over the last, I think it was 30 or 40 days, I don't remember. But if you look at the graph, there are 95 conversions, which has resulted in 17 patients. And in total, the revenue generated was 1,785. I know it's not a lot, but here's the idea. This is a teeth whitening, 50% off teeth whitening ad campaign that we're running for her. The idea is not for her to make a lot of money from people who come in through this offer. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to make them happy the first time, so that they will come back to this dental office for the next 7 to 10 or even 20 or 30 years. That is where the money is, okay? We work with you directly in order to increase the lifetime value of all your patients, okay? This is something only the top dental offices do, right? So once again, if you look at the bottom of the slide, the cost for the ads was around $503, but the revenue generated was $1,785. Once again, please understand, this is just the entry level service, okay? This is just one of the ways to get people in, just to show them that this dental practice, they really care about their patients. And if Dr. Zora or someone else in her place does a good job, then that person will keep coming back in. Okay, and this is what some of the people who signed up for the teeth whitening offer, this is the information related to them, okay? Once again, it's a very small segment of people who signed up, and you can see the full name here, the email, phone number, city, country. Whenever we get this information, we send it off to the front desk of our dental clients, and they just call, the front desk calls these people back, and some of them decide to come in for the treatment, right? That's how simple it really is. Okay, yeah, so let's move on to phase 3, which is optimization. Now, what most other marketing companies do is they just run ads. They don't analyze data, because frankly, they don't have data, right? So what we do is we make sure that we record the data, and then we're able to analyze it. So during this phase, we take a step back and analyze how all the systems are performing. So we go deep down into the numbers, and that's what's pretty cool is I actually use a software that keeps track of all your numbers, so you don't have to, okay? From beginning to end, we are able to see how all of your marketing campaigns are performing. Whether it's a mail campaign, whether it's it's online ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, Bing ads, whatever it is, we track it from beginning to end for you using this software. I'm telling you, and I can pretty much guarantee that if you're spending a lot of money on marketing and you are not sure if it's bringing you many patients, you are losing a lot of money because you are not able to track it, right? So we do all of that for you. So each month, we're not guessing when we show you the numbers. We can pinpoint the exact return on investment and improvements you get each month, so you feel confident and can make the most educated decisions possible. Plus, this is actually during phase 2, but we train your staff to convert any prospects into patients, and this is huge because, believe it or not, whenever someone wants to come in for an appointment or for treatment, they always call your front desk, and if your front desk staff is not talking to them properly, you are losing more business than you would probably like to think. Okay, now this is exactly why we train your staff. Okay, and because we've developed a proven process to convert more leads into patients for your practice, this training process for the staff should be pretty quick. It doesn't take more than 1 or 2 sessions. And it's all a part of what we do for our clients. So we're not getting you leads and leaving the leads with you. We work with you the entire process to make sure that you're actually making money off of those leads, right? They're actually coming in, paying you for treatment, and increasing your revenue. So we also help implement programs that get new patients to deliver referrals. Okay, all of this is part of a system, and this is where the magic really happens, because this new process we'll train your staff on is actually proven to increase patient satisfaction. Okay, these referrals that you get will be pre-framed for what you have to offer as a practice. Okay, there's a big difference in value over here for you. Okay, and the results of this optimization process, they're pretty straightforward. But you save time because you're not doing any of this yourself. I want to make this very clear. You're not doing any of this yourself. Okay, all you're doing is taking care of the patients which actually come in. We manage most, if not all, of the other parts of the process. Okay, now the idea once again here is to reduce your stress levels and to make sure that you're able to spend more time with your family or friends or your hobbies, whatever you want to do, all while making more profit, because more of your leads will convert into patients and you'll also get more referrals, and ultimately you get to focus on treating your patients, which is what you wanted to do from day one, I'm guessing, right? Now this phase looks different for everyone, since every dental practice is a little different, but the idea and the fundamentals pretty much remain the same. Okay, so let's quickly review the practice growth system process in a nutshell. First is phase 1, where we plug the leaks and help bring in a windfall of money for you, right? So before we prescribe any solutions, we look inside your practice to find any leaks to plug, so you can benefit right on starting from month 1. Next is phase 2, where we implement the 2 to 5x growth plan blueprint in your practice, so you have better, more streamlined systems and increased profits. Once again, I'm telling you that in every city, only 2 or 3 top dental offices are using this system to pretty much dominate the entire space, right? And so that's how important it is. And finally, in phase 3, we optimize. Okay, we analyze your data and ensure you're getting continuous growth month after month and hitting your business and personal goals. And now the testimonials and case studies, which I will send you later on, will kind of give you a better idea about the kind of results people are seeing. Okay, so the truth is we've perfected these practice growth systems for dental practices. It wasn't exactly easy. It took a little bit of work. I work with some other people who have been doing it for a long period of time now, and it has added a lot to my learning and my experience, and I'm very confident in being able to help dentists out. And now we want to help you control the growth rate of your business, right? So now, just to be clear, this type of practice growth system doesn't require any work on your end, okay? So you don't have to create any content or spend time researching or setting anything up, because we do all the heavy lifting for you. Also, it doesn't require any experience with marketing. Most dentists we help have no clue where to begin with their marketing, let alone how to attract their ideal patients. So we'll be there to help you with all those things. And finally, this system doesn't require massive amounts of time to get started. Okay, the results are pretty much immediate, because once again, we check your system, we check your practice to see where you are losing money, and then we plug those leaks, right? Within the first month, you will be earning profits, especially after phase 1, where we plug the leaks, as I just mentioned. So imagine how exciting and relieving you'll finally, you'll feel finally getting a consistent amount of new patients, not just leads, but new patients coming into your practice, cash in hand, month after month, without having to worry about that part of your business, right? All you have to worry about is attending to those patients who come in. So if it doesn't require any of those things, what does this system require? Well, the answer is belief, right? Enough belief to invest in your business and in yourself. Enough belief to want to create this type of system and take control of your patient acquisition and practice growth. If you do just that, nothing more and nothing less, the results will be pretty much hard to believe, right? And you don't have to actually want to become the #1 practice in your area, but soon you'll be getting so many patients that you'll be able to get there, right? See, I enjoy working with passionate, friendly, and determined business owners. And if that sounds like you, and you're ready to grow your practice and make more profit and be able to spend more time with your family, then having this practice growth system should be the next business step for you. So I'd like to personally invite you to speak with me over a video call, and it's a free profit potential consultation session. It's a 1 hour session. We basically get on a video call using Skype or Zoom, and I personally feel it is worth a lot. I've listed $14.95 over here, but honestly, I personally think it's worth upwards of $3,000 at the very least, because just by implementing what I would mention to you, you should be able to get reduce your expenses and increase your profitability. So who is this for? Now, a lot of people ask me this question, right? And this system, now see, here's the thing. This system it'll work for you whether you're a general dentist or an orthodontist or a cosmetic dentist. It really doesn't matter, as long as you have belief and you're willing to work with us to increase your revenue. So as long as you own the practice and are the decision maker and would like to bring in new patients, this will work for you. And honestly, this type of system will work for many other types of practices and many other businesses, irrespective of the niche that they're in. So if your type of dental practice isn't here, I suggest you still sign up, because the fundamentals for all dental practices and pretty much all different kinds of businesses are very similar. Now, during this consultation, we'll go over where you currently are at in your business and where you want to be. We'll go over what you're doing right now to grow your practice and what you are struggling with. We'll discuss your goals, vision, and see if it makes sense for you. We'll decide right there on the call if you are a good fit for this type of system, because honestly, we're only accepting certain types of clients, right? Either way, by the end of the call, you'll walk away with the exact steps you need to take in order to get your own practice growth system set up and begin growing your business at the rate you want. If you choose to work with us, that's great. That's that's awesome. If not, that's pretty cool too. That's all right. And either way, you'll understand the steps you need to take to get more patients and grow your business. So now, if being able to literally push a button and control the amount of patients you're getting each month would make a difference for you, your business, go ahead and fill out the application form below this video right now, and we'll take it from there. And if we decide to work together, we'll personally walk with you and implement our systems to start getting you new patients on demand using the same proven strategies that took my previous businesses from nothing to over 2.5 million. Imagine being able to fill your practice with ideal patients. Now, not random patients, right? I'm talking about ideal patients, patients you actually want to work with. Okay, imagine filling your practice up with those kinds of patients and not having to worry about any of the business or marketing aspects, right? You can just sit back and perform procedures, which is what you probably want to do, and watch your business grow. So, if we decide you're a good fit for us, that's exactly what will happen, because I will personally implement strategies and systems which will show you results. And at any time, any step along the way, if you get stuck or aren't sure about something, we'll be here to help you and your staff and answer your questions. Once again, I have to say this another time, this isn't some lead generation or marketing offer you just put money in that gets you leads and hangs you out to dry on your own. We're actually going to train your staff, and I mentioned before, and implement effective and proven systems to grow your business without you doing any of the heavy lifting. Okay, and within 30 days your system should be up and running and delivering you new patients. Imagine seeing new patients coming to your business 30 days from now, all because of this free consult that I'm offering right now. So if any of this sounds awesome, don't even think anymore. Just start filling out the application on this page, or if you don't see it here, you will see it. You will see a link for it in the email, in my first email that I sent to you. So we can get on a video call and we can see if we're both a good fit to be working together. And remember, the strategy session you'll be getting with us is completely free. All we're doing is making sure this is a perfect fit for you and your business, so you risk nothing by signing up. Now, one common statement I always hear is people, dentists are usually doing their own marketing, okay? And it's funny because when I ask them how it's going, or if they're able to generate a consistent type of patients they want every single month, and not just leads, but patients, the answer is almost always no, right? And if that's happening with you, it's not your fault, right? Because every different type of marketing company will give you tons and tons of conflicting advice. It can be really confusing. I totally understand that. The website designer says you need this elaborate website. The yellow page person says just get a listing and you'll get like thousands of calls. The social media guru says you need content and likes and a viral campaign. But the reality honestly is that most of those methods are like trying to put duct tape on a leaking pipe. They're not going to solve the actual problem, and until you solve the real problem, you'll be stuck where you are now, continuing to get leads that never turn into patients, continuing to waste money on marketing schemes that won't work, and continuing to push uphill. So what should you do? It's very simple. You need to implement current era, up-to-date, proven marketing strategies, okay? Strategies designed to deliver a consistent amount of ideal patients coming to you on demand every single month, okay? There's literally no reason for you to keep struggling with your marketing and business growth when you can get our help and experience and automate your marketing and business. So I would suggest, not relying on hustle and luck to grow your practice. It can get very exhausting. It can take a toll on you. And unless you have a system like I just mentioned, and that system works for you 24 hours a day without you having to worry about it, you simply will not be able to dramatically increase your revenue, right? So another question I get from dentists is this growth system for everyone? And the answer is no, unfortunately it's not. I am pretty selective about who I work, who I spend my time working with and speaking to. So I have a strict but pretty reasonable set of criteria that you need to meet in order to work with us, right? Here is some of it. Now, the first thing is that you must, of course, be the decision maker in your practice. You must have a functional practice already established with a minimum of 3 employees. You must be generating at the very minimum, okay? At the very minimum, $40,000 per month, okay? Ideally, more. you must be making at the very least $160,000 per year in your salary, and you must be open to new ideas and to try something new. Something new and different, especially if your current marketing strategies are not working effectively. And you must be willing and able to spend at the very least $2,500 per month to grow your practice. Now, I'm just going to say this again because this is so important. The very least that we would require you to invest in growing your dental practice is $2,500 a month. Okay. Ideally, we ask our clients to invest at least around $5,000 per month into their practice if they want to see really good results. See, once again, I'm only looking to work with dental practice owners who understand that it's going to take money, to make money, right? This will only work if you're ready to invest some money in order to make considerably more down the road. Okay, so I just wanted to be very clear about this point. So, if you meet this criteria and would like to talk to me personally about getting you pretty good results, then fill out the application form now. And please go ahead. Please be as thorough as possible when you fill out the application form, because the more information I have about you, the better I can help you out. Okay, this is really important. I would love to help you out, but the more data I have, the better the results that you get. And this also means that if I get a lot of data, good data from you in the application form during the consult, I would be good to go, because I would already have enough information about you to map out an entire strategy for your dental practice right there and then on the call. Okay, so please do so. Make sure everything is sent to me and the application is done, we can take it from there. My secretary will give you a call as soon as we receive your application, and we'll get on a video call in the next 3 to 5 days, I believe, right? I hope you received a lot of value from this video, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much for your time.